So there you go, that's our beef meatballs in a real nice creamy brandy mushroom gravy. Restaurant quality comfort food at home. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're going to do beef meatballs in a creamy brandy mushroom gravy or sauce. Now it's a restaurant quality meal at home. However, what makes it restaurant quality? A splash of brandy. It's still restaurant quality whether you use brandy or not. It's a mushroom cream sauce with meatballs. A delicious dish, easy to do, and we're going to make the meatballs so they're so juicy. They're just going to, oh, you're going to be dribbling down your chin. In here, breadcrumbs. In here, milk. In there. So there you go, just mix that in. And that's going to rehydrate some of that breadcrumbs in there. And then we're going to tip this in our mince. Now the reason for rehydrating breadcrumbs or using breadcrumbs like this with milk in, you can use water as well actually, but milk is a bit richer. It gives us that nice mouthfeel on our meatballs. If you want to just use rolled up meat, do so. You're risking it being like the bottom of a flip-flop, but that's up to you. Everybody to their own. Okay, so there you go, we got some of that there. Look. Okay, bring in our beef mince. This is the usual beef mince, about 20% fat and the rest beef, obviously. There you go. Now we are making meatballs which are similar to a meatloaf. In there, some egg. Now we want to add some seasoning to this, of course we do. In there with some salt. In there with some black pepper. In there with some dried parsley. Okay, now you can use fresh if you want. You know, we've got some fresh here, look. I'll just put that in for show, but I prefer to use the dried in the meatballs because it rehydrates in there anyway. Oregano, about the same. In there, a little bit of onion. Now you can grate the onion, you could chop it finer, and what you could also do, you could soften the onion first. Cook the onion in a little bit of butter or anything in a pan, a little bit of oil, soften it, put it in here. Hands in, squidge up, mix up. Now the idea of this is just to mix it just enough. You don't want to be over mixing it, as you're still going to get meatballs that are like solid bits of flip-flop. So you just need to mix just enough. And as you can see, we're not squeezing as such, we're just sort of lightly bringing it together. Okay, you decide how you want to bring these meatballs together. We want about 20 out of there actually. So you can either put them in a bowl or you can put them on a tray. So we want about 20, so we're going to divide that up, look. And you can weigh these out, it's up to you, come on. So I'll just bring some together to start off with, and then if we have to take some off to fill up others, we can. At least we know what we're dealing with. And don't squash the life out of them, you know. Light roll is enough. There you go, there's our fantastic meatballs. Okay, some are different sizes, we know they are, we haven't weighed them out. There you go, we've got 20. Fantastic. Right, bring in a cooker, and we want to put a colour on these, you know. We're going to go in here with some oil. You can use whatever you like, olive oil. Now I have got a little bit of olive oil, so I'm going in there. Nice little flame on. And we're going to start putting the meatballs in. Give them a turn over, a little bit of colour on, take them out. We're not going to cook them fully, we will finish them off in the sauce. So come on, let's get those in there. Now, depending on the size of your pan, depends on how many you get in. So we're trying to colour all the way around, so I've just turned them over. Let's have a bit of colour all the way around these. Don't worry if they break up. You know, we haven't squidged these up tight. They're quite loose because we want that nice mouthfeel when we actually eat them. Okay, when you've got a little bit of colour around there, they can come out. Let's get them out of there. And in with the rest of them, come on. Okay, nice. Let's get those out. Now you decide whether you think that's flavour or not. If you want to scrape it out, scrape it out. In there, butter. Mushrooms. Start to saute them off. A little bit of colour on here, not going to go amiss. Moisture coming out of the mushrooms now, look. See if we can cook a little bit of that off. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, because we're making a mushroom sauce. Okay, straightforward one in there, a couple of tablespoons of flour, all-purpose, or plain flour, whatever you know it by. Nice little stir in, little cook on that flour in there with those mushrooms. So it's only about a minute on here just to cook out that rawness of the flour. Just turn it over. And then we're going to splash our brandy in here. And when we put the brandy in, be careful, no flambeing unless you want to do that for show, and I'm not doing that. Okay, brandy in there. Nice and steady, just give it a little steady cooking. It will cook off the alcohol and leave the flavour. Already gone, look. What a fabulous smell. In there, a little bit of beef broth. Beef broth made up with a cube, powder, anything, whatever you use. Nice little stir in. Bring it in. Smells absolutely incredible. In there, a little bit of dry thyme, little splash, Worcester sauce, little stir around. It's going to thicken obviously because of the flour that's in there. Just bring this flavour in there. Right, we're going to serve this with mashed potatoes today. Mashed potatoes, boil your potatoes. Start them off cold water, boil your potatoes, a little bit of salt in there if you want. When they're soft, drain them, mash them, butter, milk, any seasoning of choice. There you go. Okay, turn down your flame a little bit. Bring your cream in. Nice, bring in. So we've got this fantastic restaurant quality mushroom sauce. Just because she's got a splash of brandy in. There you go. On a simmer now, on a simmer. In there, our meatballs. And any meat juices that's in there. So you can nestle them in, not a problem. We want to finish these off cooking in here. Now they say stick a lid on. Put a lid on, cook for about 10 minutes, that's all. However, it's going to thicken in there. Just keep coming along and give it one of those. Okay, while you sort your mashed potato out. Okay, that's looking good. That's nice and thick. That's just what we want. Let's get it served up. Come on. Okay, on there, a good dollop of mashed potato. A good dollop. And then what you do, you hollow out the inside. Now you can smooth all the sides if you want. We're not going to do that. Come on. Come on there. Nice gravy. Nice meatballs. Some peas. Just a bit of green on there. And a little bit of parsley. You know, you could stir the parsley in the dish. That's entirely up to you. So there you go. That's our beef meatballs in a real nice creamy brandy mushroom gravy. Restaurant quality comfort food at home. Come on. I think there's a big plate full there. But anyway, our meatballs. Look in there. Look, they're just falling apart. They're so juicy. Look in there. Oh, come on. Oh, sensational. That really is delicious. Move the meatballs. Our sauce. Look at all those mushrooms. Come on. Nice thick sauce. Oh, there you go. That is restaurant quality right there. Full depth of flavour in that sauce. You know, you got that beef broth in there. Obviously, the little bit of Worcester, the seasoning and the brandy with the mushrooms. High quality sauce right there. Fantastic on sausages too. But there you go. Look how soft. Juicy. Look, can you see the juice running there? That is how to make meatballs. Oh yeah. What a sensational, easy to cook, high quality meal. Does it freeze? It freezes. So you can freeze it in portions. Freeze it in portions, take it out, just put some mash or taties or chips or whatever you eat it with. Little bit of veg, off you go, dinner sorted. No problem. So there you go. If you like what we're doing, don't forget, share with your friends, tell them how easy it is to make beef meatballs, savoury beef beef balls in a fantastic creamy brandy mushroom sauce. Full restaurant quality comfort food at home. Amazing. If you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video. Better eat some veg. Fantastic.